Hi, my name is Vicki Fairchild. Today I wanted to talk about the IEE, or Independent Educational Evaluation. For those of you who are new to special education, or those of you who don't know very much about special education, the IEE is probably something that you haven't heard about. When a child qualifies for special education, they go through an initial evaluation where they are determined to be eligible under a category. Now, every 3 years, the child will experience a triennial evaluation. The triennial evaluation is so important because psychological tests change and children change, and it's really hard to predict where a child will be sometimes in 3 years. And so every 3 years, we either verify the current eligibility, or perhaps we determine a child is ineligible, or sometimes a child is eligible under a different category. The triennial evaluation is a safeguard for children. It provides them with another look, another check to make sure that we are really providing the services the child needs, that we have actually identified correctly the areas of disability, if there are any. Well, an IEE, or Independent Educational Evaluation, is something that a parent can request if they don't agree with the assessment results. Now, this may sound crazy to some of my colleagues in the professional educational world, but I have never understood why an IEE is controversial. And parents will agree it's a little controversial. There is an expectation that parents will accept the results that are presented to them by the IEP team. I've never understood this. I've never understood why a parent should just automatically accept what I say. Yes, I have a degree. Yes, I have training. But we are talking about their child. And it's interesting to me that in the medical field, a second opinion is accepted. In professional sports, a second opinion is accepted. We even do replays. We look at it from different angles. But in the world of education, if a parent asks for an independent educational evaluation, sometimes they're viewed with hostility. Sometimes it is taken as an insult. I don't think it should be taken this way. We are dealing with their most precious asset. We are dealing with their heart, to go back to that quote, their heart that's walking around outside of their body. And we need to respect that sometimes, just because you have the title of school psychologist or the title of speech therapist or other title, that it's not enough sometimes for parents to internalize what you are saying. And let me tell you why I am so okay with that. As an intern, I had what I consider one of my top 5 fixes in my career. I thought it would be a typical triennial evaluation. It wasn't. I pulled out all of the IEPs and I saw that in kindergarten, the child had been labeled as having mental retardation. The next year, he was labeled as having a learning disability, and the following year, he was labeled as having a communication disorder. He had 3 different labels in 3 years. I was a little perplexed. Then I looked for the testing, and I found out that these 3 labels were based on the initial testing from his first year of kindergarten. Okay, I was even more perplexed. Then, when I looked further, I noticed that the child was an English language learner. So not only had the child had 3 different labels based on one testing assessment, he also had been tested in English. after he'd only been in the country for 6 months and was given a label based on that testing. They hadn't even attempted to test him in Spanish. I panicked. I wanted to burn the file. I contacted my supervisor, I contacted the principal, and I said, how are we going to fix this? Well, we fixed it, and we brought in people that could speak Spanish, and we did a full comprehensive evaluation in Spanish, and we were able to find out what this child's true learning needs were. Well, this evaluation had been done by the lead psychologist in that district. I don't know why she chose to give that child those labels after testing him once in English. But I do know that the child was labeled incorrectly. And I think having that type of an experience as an intern let me know that sometimes people make mistakes. Sometimes people don't explain things well. And sometimes maybe a parent just needs to hear it from another person. So when I've been in situations where a parent has wanted an IEE or a second opinion, it never bothered me. Because if that's what they needed to move forward, if that's what they needed to understand their child better, then that's what we needed to do.